It's Monday morning and I have a lot of work to do to be prepared for this week. Hi everybody, welcome back to Plan As You Go. It is day 4 and I'm showing you how I use my planners, my power sheets, my bullet journal, and my Erin Condren horizontal in tandem for an entire month. Today I need to get my bullet journal set up for the week. I need to finish setting up some stuff for this week in my Erin Condren. If you watched yesterday's video, I had very limited time because of a heavy-duty church schedule, and I was only able to get a bare minimum of stuff done, so I need to do a little bit more work today. Thankfully, I have no timed appointments today, so I have some time to spend here and some time to really think about my week and what I need to get done. So that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to update my power sheets with things that got done at some point this past week. Okay, so I got everything checked off. There wasn't a ton checked off, but I got some of it done. I'm going to set this to the side. When I get to my bullet journal and start making my task list for the week, I'm going to pull some stuff off of here. But for now, I'm just going to move it over to the side. So here's my Erin Condren. I have not done my blood pressure yet. I need to remember to do that when I'm done with this video. I need to put in an appointment on Tuesday. I'm meeting a friend for coffee. I'm going to use this half box from the regular Christian Designs line and then this coffee date sticker with my lettering on it from the Michaels Christian Design stickers. Pulled up my Sakura micro perm to write on the Christian Design stickers today because I don't know, I feel like mixing it up. I don't think I had any other things come up. Today, I need to do weekly planning. I need to go to the store, pick up some food for the week because I didn't have the chance to do that yesterday. I got out of church. I had to come home and edit, and then I didn't want to drive when like the Super Bowl was over, and I worried that there was going to be like drunk people on the road. It stresses me out to drive on a holiday or a day when it's like people are drinking, because lately with the rain and everything else, we've had a lot of pedestrians getting hit lately here in town. A lot of like fender benders. It's been really like hairy on the roads out there just in general, so add an alcohol to the mix and I wasn't here for it. So I need to shop today, I need to weekly plan for today, I need to do the video for today, which I'm working on now. Then I have some work for a program that I'm doing that I need to work on as well. So those are the things I want to block in here. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to answer some questions. I got a few questions on yesterday's video and I thought I would take the time to answer them in this video. So if you guys ever have questions for me, if I'm able to answer them in a video during Plan As You Go, I like doing that because I feel like it gives me a chance to really answer things speaking as opposed to typing them in the comments, which is just, I don't know, I like this better. I'm actually using this washi tape and this YouTube situation sticker from my dear friend, the Cynical Planner. I have it kind of taking up a third of my day because I need to do this video. I need to pull some numbers that I still have to finish for. It takes a while to get numbers for the previous month because YouTube takes a little while to go through it. So I need to pull numbers. I need to get this video up and I need to do some thinking about next month's calendar. So that's all together in this YouTube situation block. I'm gonna use some Christian Design stickers to create an errands list for today. One of the questions I got, well, it wasn't really addressed to me, it was sort of addressed to everybody, but I'll answer it here. From Karen Wood, does anybody know what OWL is? Because I talk about OWL a lot right now because both of my kids are in OWL. So OWL is a comprehensive sexuality education program that was developed by the Unitarian Universalists and the United Church of Christ. It's a secular program, and I would consider it to be sex positive. It focuses not just on the mechanics of sex and anatomy and how things work, but it also focuses on relationships, gender, sexual orientation, emotion, puberty, all of these things. And it is a lifelong learning program. And so there are curriculums from kindergarten all the way through adulthood. So there's kindergarten, various age groups within childhood and teenagerhood, and then there is a young adult program, an adult program, and they are working, and they may be done with it by now, a senior adult program, and it is taught by facilitators who have spent a weekend being trained. Our facilitators are our religious education teacher, who is also a biology teacher and has been certified, and then our other instructor has also been certified and is a retired medical doctor. The thing that both my kids are in is the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade group, and I think it's amazing. Everybody I've talked to who has been through OWL or one of its previous incarnations has had nothing but great things to say about it, and to be perfectly honest, I feel like arming our kids with information and reminding them that sexuality is not a bad thing or a good thing. It just is a thing. It's part of being human. It looks different for everybody, and everybody is different. Everybody's lives are different. Everybody's feelings are different. Everybody's tastes are different. Everybody's identities are different. And to celebrate that difference and learn to be curious and accepting. You know, we've had plenty of conversations at our home. I think that the sexuality that is taught in school is lacking, and I feel like in this world of when misinformation gets spread so quickly, especially with middle schoolers and high schoolers, that giving my kids accurate and positive information is important. So that's what OWL is. That was a ramble. I'm sorry. I got 3 errands to go. I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta go to I have a P.O. box now, in case you didn't know. It's in the description, in case you ever want to send me any Happy Mail. I gotta go check that though. And I need to go to the grocery store, I need to go to the P.O. box, and I need to go to the other grocery store because there's a couple things I need to get there. And then what I would love to do this evening, my husband is usually late on Mondays. I would like to take a few minutes and start cleaning up my desk area. It's a fucking mess. So just to, I don't know, clean my desk would be nice. That is my EC for the day. I gotta kind of, I don't know, like outline it a little bit more in my bullet journal. The only thing I didn't put on here was the coursework I want to work on. We'll see how that goes. All right, so let's go to my bullet journal. Let me move this out of the way. This is actually a good reminder though, as I'm moving this, of another question I got yesterday from Pennies and Planning. She asked, what do you do with all of the leftover stickers for the kit? That's a good question, and not one I have a great answer for. Here, allow me to show you. I like to keep my kits in my planner when I'm using them so I can find them, but then as you see, they start to accumulate, the different kits I've been using, and they just sort of sit here. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I give them to my kid, sometimes I give them to other people. A lot of it, because I color coordinate, a lot of the time I'll save stickers like this so that I can go back and pull colors. Like I might not do this theme again, but I might do a theme with like periwinkle, and so any of these periwinkle stickers would work really well for that. So I do go back and use them, but honestly, I don't really have a good system for the leftover stickers, which is why I don't really like using full kits for weeks a lot of the time. I've been doing it a lot lately to go through some stuff, but I'm not gonna be buying any anytime soon because there's a waste involved, and it's not waste. I much prefer the kits, for me, like the ones from Chrissy Ann Designs, these ones, because these are just a kit of color stickers, and I just pull from them whenever there's a week with those colors. Like for example, this week I'm using stickers from this one, and I'm using stickers from this one, but I've also used stickers from those ones on other weeks. So that makes more sense to me than like a themed kit. Anyway, so my answer to that question is I don't really do anything special. I just sort of move along with them. I did not do my pain tracker for 2 days now, but I know what happened because on the 2nd, on Saturday, it was the same situation. I did not take a painkiller, but last night I did take a painkiller. I was feeling pretty crummy by the end of the night, and so I wound up taking a painkiller, and just the fact that I had a nice run of no painkillers for what, 5 days after a month of it feels pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna go down my list of February intentions because I did a few of these things and I just haven't checked them off yet. And before I start setting my bullet journal up, I need to do my challenges for today. Well, I'm gonna do my doodling challenge at least. I have to draw out the lettering challenge. The doodling for today is figs. So here is my lettering from last week. I finished doing all that, and I got almost everything checked off of this list, which was pretty good. I still haven't collected my receipts though, which is a big thing. All right, moving forward. So I did a little bullet journaling. This all happened while I was at church waiting for my meeting to start. So I need to do today's bullet journaling, but first I'm going to set up my week, and I'm just gonna continue as I've been doing it because it's been working so far. I think it'll be a little bit easier now that the week and the setup for the week are so close. The last couple of weeks, the setup's been like here, and then the week has been like back here, and it's been kind of a pain in my ass. So the last question that I got on the video that I wanted to talk about today is also from Karen Wood. She had 2 questions. She asked the owl question. She has another question as well. And she said, you probably addressed this before, but you're new. She's new to me. If you could share in a plan as you go how you conceptualize the bullet journal versus the Erin Condren, that would be awesome. I mean this with no snark. I'm trying to understand why do both. And I think that this is a great question to ask because it's not, I make an assumption that people have been here and have been watching my shit. But there are people that show up, and so you haven't been through all my videos, and not that I'm expecting you to, but that would be great, but you know what I mean? You know, there are some people who use hella planners, and then there are other people who don't use hella planners, and it probably makes them curious as to how somebody's planner system works. That's a whole reason why I do this in the first place. All that being said, I'm just drawing in my lettering, by the way. The reason I use both, she said conceptualize. This is a really great term. The concept of my bullet journal versus the concept of my Erin Condren. My bullet journal is basically my brain in the sense that this is where all of the tasks, projects, and things to do that are just bopping around in my brain, this is where they live. I write them down here, I list them out here, I check them off here. That's where they live, generally speaking. My Erin Condren is the visual part of my brain. Because for me, I've seen some people do time blocking where they go onto a like Google Calendar or something and they block out their appointments, they block out the things that they're doing to show where their time is going. For me, that's sometimes helpful, but most often not very helpful. And the reason being is that because of the chronic illness that I have, being in late stage kidney disease and having really gigantic kidneys that cause me a lot of pain, discomfort, and fatigue, I can't predict on any given day what my energy levels are going to be like. I can't predict when like shit's just gonna go south because I twisted wrong or I got nauseated or something. Like my day, even though it's my day belongs to me, I work for myself, so I can structure my day however I want to. There is only so much structure I can put into a day because of the uncertainty. And what I found was that the more structured my days were, and I'm trying to add some structure, how many times can I say that? I'm trying to add some structure in February in the sense of setting work hours so that I can be a little bit better about separating myself from work when like my husband is home and my kids are home. There's only so much structure I can add to my day without running the risk of having it all go to shit and then getting demoralized that I didn't do all of the things I set out to do. The way that I have gotten around that is to visualize my day, not in terms of timed appointments, but in terms of amount of time spent. And that's where my Erin Condren comes in. When I use my Erin Condren, I'm actually using it to visually plan how I'm prioritizing my day. If this is my list, the Erin Condren is, if I look at it, like as an example, looking at it today, I gave YouTube situation a big chunk of the day because that's where I would like to spend the majority of my time. Another good example would be like back here, work. I put work super large because I needed to do that day. You know, or here I made Dear Evan Hansen really large because it was going to be taking up a lot of our day because we had to commute to the city and everything else. So by looking at my Erin Condren planner, I can see my priority. This is about how much of my day I want to spend on this, and then I have these other things that need to get done as well. It also helps me really pull the most important things, the timed things, and the need to do things like doctor's appointments or whatever, and highlight them, because on a list, like a doctor's appointment, like here on a list, an appointment looks the same as another thing to do, and I could change that as well, but I like having them separate because of how my brain works. The other reason I like using my Erin Condren is because I like to decorate it. It's part of the hobby for me. I don't like decorating my bullet journal. I've discovered that the more fancy I get in terms of my daily lists in my bullet journal, the less likely it's going to be productive for me. But when I'm thinking about my day visually, adding decorations actually helps trigger visual cues. I hope that makes sense. It seems very like in your head and extra, but it works for me. And so that's why I do it. So if you have any more questions about that, please feel free to ask me, or any other questions in general. I am always down to answer them. My My cousin's birthday is this week, and it is as is my mother-in-law's. I need to remember that. Here is my setup for the week. I'm gonna do my lettering first, and then I'm gonna fill in my list, pulling things from my intentions list and from my power sheets. Today's lettering challenge is Lady Marmalade. I'm gonna take a second and look at my power sheets and see what I think I can accomplish this week, knowing what my week looks like. I have 2 days this week where I have a couple of appointments that suck up my day, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I have a doctor's appointment where I have to drive out of town. Trying to do something that has like a long day kind of amount of time is not really gonna happen this week, especially because my weekend is basically fucked. Any of these things that I might be able to do in chunks, that's gonna work, especially on Saturday when my kids are back and forth between different things, but they're not actually going to be home. These 3 things, schedule 2019 days off, schedule budget times, and plan my 9:30 a.m. adult religious education sessions through June, those can all happen this week because none of those take a lot of time. Also, we are going to try and get a date night this week, and I'm going to try and clean and organize my office. We'll see how that works. So I'm going to try and pull all of those for this week. That would be great. But before I do that, I do need to grab some stuff for my task list for the month because there are a couple things that have to get done this week as well. So I'm going to start with that. Oh, I picked that already. No, I didn't. Just kidding. All right, so I've got these things from this list and from my Erin Condren. Then I'm gonna pull some stuff from here, the things I talked about. All right, so here is my list for the week. Pretty girthy, but I mean, no girthier than usual, I guess. Now, the last thing I need to do is get today bullet journaled. My lines are so not straight. I have my Tombow on me, so I'm gonna add that little drop shadow whilst I am here. Because drop shadows are my favorite. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this like date and then the little numbers next to it. I don't know if I like that or not. All right, so I'm gonna make my task list for today. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for the questions, you guys. Pennies and Plain and Karen Wood. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions for me, I will be happy to answer them in another video. But other than that, what I would love to know from you is what planners are you using right now and why do you use them? Because it's a great question. Why I told you why at least I think I did in kind of vague, wacky language, why I use the Erin Condren and the bullet journal together. But I would love to know from you what your planner system is it working for you, and why you use the things you use. So let us know in the comments. Give us some ideas, because ideas are what make the world go round. They give us a chance to inspire each other and come up with things that maybe we wouldn't have thought of originally. So let us know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in tomorrow's Plan As You Go video.